Okay, my story has a title. It's called The Beginning of My Teaching Career, or How I Confused the Good People of Martinique. Ever since I was little, I wanted to be a teacher. My mother was a teacher, and so I wanted to be like my mother, so I wanted to be a teacher. And my sisters, I had two sisters, I still have two sisters actually. My two sisters and I would play teacher, and it was really me who wanted to play teacher. I just coerced my sisters to play teacher. And in our childhood home, we'd have this long hallway where the bedrooms were, and at the end of the long hallway, we'd have some bedrooms that were adjacent to each other, one in front of you, one on either side. Those were the perfect teaching classrooms. We would all get in our classrooms. And I don't know what went on in my sister's classrooms, but in my classroom, I would actually make up quizzes. I would do lessons. I would steal my mother's grade books, and I would make up students' names, and I would make categories, and I would put grades in, and some of the grades were not very good indeed. What was the matter with them? I was doing the best I could. But you know, the fun part was after the lessons were done, my sisters and I would gather out for recess, and we'd talk about the students. And while the students were playing in the hallway, we would talk about, oh my gosh, did you see how Jimmy failed that vocabulary quiz again? Did you notice how those chatty kids were just talking endlessly? And what are we going to do with that Watkins boy? Now, I may have dwelled on the negative a little bit, but that made teaching more exciting, I guess, when you're just playing it. And from that point on, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. And my mother actually knew that, too. She used to say to me, you know, Catherine, you are a natural-born teacher. She kept saying that a lot. And I actually don't know what that is, natural-born teacher. But I do know that her conviction that I was a natural-born teacher actually got me my first teaching gig, my actual first paid teaching gig. It was the summer when I graduated from college. I'm going to mention it because I know I'm going to get a cheer. Moravian College. Yay! Go Hounds! Go Hounds! And so I graduated. Actually, I graduated from the same college that my mother taught at. And because I'm a natural-born teacher, there was this opportunity that my mom thought I'd be perfect for. You know, it's going to be an English teacher over the summer, teaching these divinity students. Moravian College has a divinity school, teaching the divinity students that are visiting us from Martinique. Martinique, for those of you who don't know, is a small island in the Caribbean, and they speak French. Now, thank goodness I was a French and English double major, and this is perfect. This is perfect. I thought, yeah, I can do this. My mom says I'm a natural-born teacher. My mom got me the job. There's no reason why I couldn't teach the very good people from Martinique. Well, looking back on it, I suppose I didn't realize that I had no ESL training at all. I had to teach them English. I had to teach them American culture. Now, I don't exactly have the pulse on American culture, I don't think. I live in America, but I don't think I actually know how to teach culture. And then the third thing was, even though I could read and write French expertly, I was a French major, my speaking was lousy. It was terrible. Thank goodness I had to conduct everything in English. But I really wanted to do my best, so I tried to actually speak in French, which was ridiculous. Now, I wish I could tell you I remember a lot about that week. But, you know, a lot I just remember in flashbacks. I guess it was just that traumatic. Or like when you get really, really drunk and the next morning that you're remembering slight moments of time. Is that just me then, I guess? But I do remember three things. Three things I remember from that time. Number one, the people of Martinique are lovely people. And so much more well-behaved than my pretend students. They were so lovely and kind. They listened to me, And they listened to me, and they didn't mind that I told stories. And that's the second thing that I did. I told stories, and they told me stories, and we shared recipes, and we ate food. And the third thing I remember is I played games with them. I even think I brought my saxophone one time. I used everything that I could to try to connect to people, because that was what was important. Now, even though this first teaching gig was not as auspicious as I wanted it to be, je ne le changerai pas pour le monde, which means I wouldn't change it for the world. Thank you.